Hello everyone, welcome back to Global Online. Am I audible? Student, please give me confirmation so we can start today's session without delay. And today we are going to discuss the most expected MCQs and PYQs, which is really important for your tomorrow's examination. Okay, and this class is for especially for the paper 2 management subject. Let me know, am I audible and visible to you? And this class. Hello. Yes, the voice is clear. Okay, I need to increase my voice. Isn't it okay right now? Let me know. Isn't my voice is clear right now? So a very good evening to all of you. Today we are here to prepare for management subject for those students who are preparing for appearing for June 2025 for tomorrow examination. Okay, your examination on tomorrow. Yes. Okay, so voice is clear. Moving. Okay, so here we are going to discuss the most important and most expected PYQ series. Okay, and let's start with the first question. Which of the followings are the key components of 360-degree performance appraisal? Very good evening to all of you. Which of the followings are the key components of 360-degree performance appraisal? Option number A, self-assessment by employee. B, feedback from supervisor. C, financial performance metrics. And D, peer feedback. So what do you think what will be the right answer for this question? This question is from your 360-degree performance appraisal. This question from your HRM unit. So student, here is right answer is option number C, that is self-assessment by the employee. This is yes. Then we have that is feedback from the supervisor and the peer feedback. So peer feedback you will get from your like this. Okay. So here the 360-degree performance appraisal include a self-assessment by the employee, and feedback from the supervisor is a crucial component, and the peer feedback is also essential for the comprehensive evaluation. Okay. Yes, moving toward the next question. Which of the following best describe the Henry Fayol principle of aspirate the crop? Aspirate the crops. This principle is given by the Henry Fayol. Option number A, maintaining a chain of command. B, ensuring all the employees are treated equally. C, promoting team spirit to build harmony and unity. Option number D, allocating resources effectively. So student, right answer is promoting team spirit. Aspirate the crop. That means it's promoting team spirit to build harmony and the unity. Okay, so this is aspirate the crop. This is the part of the principle which is given by the Fayol 14th principle of management. Okay, so actually it's emphasized the importance of fostering team spirit among its employee, and its aim to create a harmony and unity within the organization. Okay, moving toward the next question. The assertion decentralization facilitates faster decision making. And reason, in decentralized organization, decision making power is delegated to lower level in the hierarchy. So this question is from your unit number 1. Okay, so assertion is talking about the decentralization facilitates faster decision making. Is it in true? Decentralization. And reason, in decentralization organization, decision making power is delegated to lower level in the hierarchy. So here you need to identify which assertion or reason is correct or not, or if it is correct, so isn't the R is correctly explain the assertion or not. So here is right answer is option number A. Both A and R are true and R correctly explain the A. So here decentralization, which is involve the distributing decision making power to lower level. So that is your decentralization, and this process is reduce the time taken from the decision to be approved by the top management. And this decentralization enables the manager at various level to respond quickly to change if it is needed. Okay, and then we have the reason provided correctly explained by the decentralization. So that's why the answer is over here is option number A. Clear? Moving toward the next question, which of the following is not a characteristics of transactional leadership? It's not a characteristics of transactional leadership. Option number A, contingent reward. B, management by exception. C, inspirational motivation. D, passive management. It's not a characteristic. Okay, so student, here is right answer is your inspirational motivation. It's not a characteristics of transactional leadership. Let's understand the transactional leadership, student. Transactional leadership mainly focus on exchange between the leaders and the followers. Okay, and here the contingent rewards and management by exception are the key element. Okay, these are the main element of your transactional leadership. What is this? What are these? That is management by exception and your contingent reward. When we're talking about the passive management, this involves the corrective actions when standards are not met. Okay, and the word that is inspirational motivation, it is a trained or transformational leadership, not a transactional leadership. Okay, so this is your trained of your transformational leadership. What is it? That is your inspirational motivation. Okay, so this is your transformational leadership, not a transactional. Clear? Moving toward the next question. Again, assertion and reason is given to you. Assertion is about the Hawthorne study includes that social factor impact productivity. The Hawthorne study concluded that social factor impact the productivity. Isn't it true? Reason, the study found that change in physical working conditions alone were enough to increase the productivity. Only physical working conditions are alone were enough to increase the productivity. Isn't it true? So student, here is right answer is your A is true but R is false because this is not alone. Okay, so here the Hawthorne study conclude that social factors are impact on the productivity. This is true, but the only the physical working condition are not lonely uh, responsible to increase the productivity. Okay, so here the Hawthorne study is emphasized on the role of social and psychological factor. Okay, so they actually found that workers productivity increases due to the attention and the social interaction. So the change in physical condition alone were not sufficient to explain the productivity increases. Okay. Next question, statement number 1 and statement 2 is giving to you. First statement is delegation of authority leads to empowerment of employees. Delegation of authority leads to empowerment of employees. Statement number 2, delegation of authority often result in macro management by supervisor. Micro management by supervisor. Good evening, Nishay. So here is right answer is statement number 1 is true, but second one is false, because delegation of authority, it's the macromanagement contradict the concept of delegation as it involve the excessive control. Okay, so it's not only related to the macro management by its supervisor. So first statement is true. When we're talking about the delegations involve the assigning the authority to subordinate, empower to them. Okay, and here the empowerment increase job satisfaction and motivation. Clear? Next question, which of the following theories suggests that leadership effectiveness is determined by the situation and the leadership ability to adapt? Train theory, behavior theory, contingency theory, transformational theory. Which of the following theories suggests that leadership effectiveness is determined by situation and leaders' ability to adapt? Train theory, behavioral theory, contingency theory, transformational theory. So student, right answer is over here, that is contingency theory. This is right answer is contingency theory over here. Okay, so the what is about the contingency theory is asserts that no single leadership style is best in all situation. Okay, so leadership effectiveness is depend on how well the leader style is fit. Okay, and it consider the factors like task structure, leader members relationship and relations, and positional power. Okay, so right answer for this question, that is the effectiveness is determined the situation on leaders ability to adopt. This is your contingency theory. Okay, so right answer is contingency theory. Moving toward the next question, assertion and reason is giving to you. Assertion is talking about the balance scorecard approach includes financial and non-financial performance measure. Balanced scorecard approach include financial and non-financial performance measures. Reason is given, that is it ensure a balanced approach to strategic management and performance evaluation. So what do you think, what which statement, that is reason is correct, assertion is correct, or both are correct, or what? So here is right answer is option number A, that means both the assertion and reason correct, and reason correctly explain the assertion. So here balance scorecard integrate the financial and non-financial measure. This is true because it consider the multiple perspective. And what are these multiple perspective? Like your financial, customer, internal process and learning, and about the growth. So this approach ensure the comprehensive evaluation of organization performance, like to balance the short term financial goal with your long term strategic objectives. So this is a basic balance between your short term and long term goal, to fulfill or to balance the short term financial goal with your long term strategic goal. Next question, student. Statement number 1 and 2 is giving to you. First statement, 360-degree performance appraisal system include feedback from supervisor, peer and subordinate. Isn't this 360-degree appraisal system is include feedback from his supervisor, from the peers and the subordinate? This is true. Second statement, if often leads to bias and inaccurate evaluation due to multiple perspectives. That means 360-degree performance appraisal leads to bias and inaccurate evaluation due to the multiple perspective. This is true statement. So here first statement is true and the second one is false. Yes, the 360-degree performance appraisal, this feedback is collected from his supervisors, peers and subordinate, but he said it's often. Okay, yes, he used the word often, that's why the statement is incorrect over here. Okay, so here the 360-degree appraisal system gather the feedback from the various sources and multiple sources feedbacks, reduce the individual bias and provide comprehensive views. Okay, moving toward the next question. In a highly formalized organization, which of the following is the least likely to be observed? In highly formalized organization, which of the following is least likely to be observed? List. Okay, option number A, detailed job description, B, high level of innovation, C, strict adherence to procedure, and D, limited flexibility in role. So student, here is right answer is your high level of innovation is lessly observed in the highly formalized organization. High level of innovation, because highly formalized organization are well defined and structured with and also they well defined with their rules. Okay, so they follow the strict rules, okay, and procedures to ensure the consistency. They're more careful about the consistency and they are more careful about the control. Okay, so the limited flexibility can stifle the creativity and hinder innovation. So innovation is require a more flexibility and adaptive environment. So if any highly formalized formal organization are they stick with their rules and regulation and they're consistent with their control and the procedures, so they not easily followed or easily adapt the innovation. So that's why the highly formalized organization leastly observe high level of innovation. Clear? Moving toward the next question. Again, assertion and reason is giving to you. Assertion is about collective bargaining enhance employee satisfaction and productivity. Collective bargaining enhance employee satisfaction and productivity. This is true. Reason, collective bargaining allows employee to negotiate wages and working condition. Employees collective bargaining allow employees to negotiate wages and working condition. What do you think? Which one will be the right answer? So student, right answer over here is, that is your, when we talking about the collective bargaining, it's provide a platform to the employee to increase or to raise their voice, okay, with related with their concern. Okay, so it is enable the negotiation for their wages, for their benefits, for their working condition, and this will helps to improve the terms and condition, leads to high job satisfaction and motivation. So that's why satisfied employees are generally more productive and committed to the organization. So here student, right answer for this question is option number A. Okay. Moving toward the next question. Which of the following is a key concept in Herzberg's two-factor theory? Key concepts of Herzberg's two-factor theory. Option number A. Hygiene factor are related to job content. B. Motivators are related to job context. C. Hygiene factors include salary, working condition. And D. Motivators include policies and administrative practices. Mark your answer, student. So right answer is hygiene factor is include salary and working condition. Okay, so hygiene Herzberg two-factor theory distinguish between the hygiene factors and motivators. Okay, so when we're talking about the hygiene factors, it's related to job context. Okay, and motivation factor is related to job content, isn't it? So when we're talking about the job context, it includes salary, it's include working condition, it's include the company's policies. This is your hygiene factor. When we're talking about the job content, this is related to your motivation. This includes achievements, recognitions, and your personal growth. Okay. Moving toward the next question. Assertion and reason. The effective assertion is that effective training and development programs are crucial for employee retention. Reason: well-trained employees are more likely to leave for better opportunity elsewhere. So student, assertion is given effective training and development programs are crucial for employees retention. Isn't it true? Reason: well trained employees are more likely to leave for better opportunities somewhere else or elsewhere. So student, right answer is A is true, but R is false over here, because when we talking about the training and development, it basically helps to enhance the employee skills and the career growth. Okay, and also employee value opportunities for learning and development, leading to the high retention. Okay, so the organization has in that invest in their employee development tend to have a lower turnover rates. So well trained employees are more engaged and committed to their organization. Clear? So student, next question. Assertion is given to you and reason. Assertion: performance appraisal system improve employee performance and motivation. Isn't it? Performance appraisal system improve the employees performance and motivation. Reason: performance appraisal provide employee with feedback on their strength and area of improvement. Isn't performance appraisal provide employees feedback about their strength and improvement? So student, mark your answer. So here is right answer is option number A. Both A and R true, and R correctly explain the assertion. Performance appraisal assess and document employee performance, and they provide a constructive feedback which highlights the strength and improvements area in the employee, within the employee. Okay, and regular feedback helps the employee to set the goals and enhance their performance. So the motivated employees are more likely to achieve higher performance level. Read the next question, student. Which of the following best describe the concept of job evaluation? Option number A, assigning an employee performance. B, determining the value of job in relation to other job. C, providing feedback on job performance. Analyzing job requirement and responsibility. So here is right answer is job evaluation. This concept describe the determining the value of job in relation to other job. Moving toward the next question. Statement 1, statement 2. Perception is a process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impression. Statement number 2. The perception is always an accurate presentation of reality. Statement number 1. Perception is a process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impression. So what do you think? Which one will be the right answer? Both are true, both are false. First true, second false. First false, second true. So here is right answer is first is true and second is false. So student, perception which involve organizing and interpreting sensory information, and it actually influences how individuals view and understand their environment. So perception is a subjective and can be influenced by biases and experience, and is not always an accurate representation of reality. Okay, so that's why the right answer is option number C. Second one is false because is said always an accurate perception is always an accurate representation of reality. This is false one. Moving toward next question. Which of the following best describe the concept of group dynamics? A. Individual performance within group setting. B. Interaction and behavior of individuals within group. C. The formal roles and responsibility assigned to group member. And D, the physical environment where the group operation. The concept of group dynamic. So the concept of group dynamic is, that is, interaction and behavior of individual within a group. The next question, assertion and reason. Assertion, stress management program can reduce employee turnover. Stress management program can reduce employee turnover. Reason, employee who manage stress effectively are less likely to experience burnout and job dissatisfaction. What do you think? Which one will be the right answer for this question? So option number A, stress management program provide tools and techniques to handle the stress. So effective stress management reduce the risk of burnout and improve well-being. And also employee who manage the stress are more likely to remain satisfied and committed to their job. Okay. Moving toward the next question, which of the following are the characteristics of high performance work system, HPWS? High performance work system. Characteristics of HPWS, high performance work system. Option number A, extensive training programs. B, centralized decision making. C, high level of employee involvement. And D, rigorous selection process. I am waiting for your answer, student. So right answer is extensive training program, high level of employee and employee involvement, and your rigorous selection process. These are the characteristics of high performance work system. So high performance work system include the extensive training programs to enhance the skills of employee, and it's actually emphasize high level of employee involvement. Okay. And rigorous selections process is ensured to best fit for the organization. Okay. So here is right answer is, that is your option number B, A, C, D. Next, which of the following are the element of organizational culture? Elements of organizational culture: share value, individual performance metrics, organization norms, formal job description. So student, right answer is A and C only. Shared value and your organization norms are the elements of organization culture. So organization culture, it's include your shared value and the norms. So individual performance metrics and formal job description are more related to the performance management and organization structure. So these are your individual metrics and your formal descriptions. These are the elements of your performance management and organization structure. Okay. Next, statement 1 and statement 2. Job rotation involve moving employees between different jobs to increase the skill diversity. Isn't this meaning of the job rotation? Statement 2, job rotation can reduce employees' boredom and improve the job satisfaction. So here is right answer is statement number 1 is true, but second one is false. Job rotation, it is the meaning It means that is moving employee between the different job to increase the diversity. But job rotation cannot reduce the employee boredom and increase the job satisfaction. Okay. Next question, which of the following is not typically included in performance management system? Not is not typically included in performance management system. Goal setting, regular performance review, compensation management and financial auditing. So here is right answer is financial auditing. It's not a part of your performance manager. Yes, goal setting, this is a part of performance management. Regular performance review and compensation management, these all are all the parts of your performance management system. Performance management system focus on setting goal and evaluating the performance. Regular performance review provide feedback and assess the program toward the goals. And financial auditing, this is the outside scope of performance management which focus on employee performance. Next question, statement 1, statement 2. Statement 1, compensation management involve developing and implementing policies for employee pay and benefits. Isn't it? Compensation management involve the developing and implementing policies for employee pay and benefit. Option number second, that is effective compensation management aligns employee rewards with organizational goal and performance. So here is right answer is both are true. Yes, the compensation management it's involve developing and implementing policies related to the employees pay and the benefit. Okay. And effective compensation management align with the employees rewards. They give the rewards to the employee and with the organization goals and performance. Okay. Next, which of the following best describe the concept of organizational changes? The concept of organizational change. Option number A, implementing new technology without altering existing process. B, modifying organization structure, processes and cultures to adapt to internal and external changes. Option number C, increasing size of workforce to handle more project. And D, maintaining the status quo to ensure the stability. So what is the which statement of the following is describe the concept of organizational changes? So here is right answer is option number B, modifying organization structure, processes and culture to adopt the internal and external changes. Clear? Next, statement 1 and 2. Statement 1, employee perception in decision making can lead to high job satisfaction and productivity. Employee participation in decision making can lead to high job satisfaction and productivity. Statement 2, it is effective only in organization with a flat organization structure. Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. Statement 2 is job productivity and also participation can be effective in various organization structure, not just flat one. Okay. So here that's why the statement number 2 is incorrect. It is effective only in organization with a flat organization structure. So this is a wrong statement. Okay. Next, which of the following best describe the concept of succession planning? So what is the meaning of succession planning? Option number A, hiring external candidate for leadership position. Option B, developing a pool of internal candidate for future leadership role. C, promoting employee based on tenure and sincerity. And D, focusing on immediate staff needs. So when we're talking about the succession planning, so this is what, developing pool of internal candidate for future leadership role. This is the meaning of succession planning. So succession planning is prepare for the future leadership transition within the organization. Okay. Next, statement 1. Strategic human resource management aligns HR practices with organizational strategy. Statement 2. Strategic human resource management focus solely on administrative HR tasks like payrolls, record keeping. So here is right answer is first one is true, but second one is false, because yes, the your SHRM is align the HR practices with the organizational strategy. Yes, this is true, but the strategic human resource management, it's not only solely focus on the administrative HR task. Okay, there are the lots of tasks they can be handled. So strategic goes beyond the administrative task, focus on the talent management, also on the development, align with the HR with the strategy, enhance the organizational effectiveness and competitiveness. Okay. Next question, which of the following is not typically considered a benefit of job rotation? Is not typically considered a benefit of job rotation. Enhance employee skill and versatility. Job rotation reduces job monotony and boredom. C, increase the specialization in specific role. D, improved understanding of different organization function. So student, here is right answer is not a typically a benefit of job rotation, that is job rotation not increase a specialization in specific role. Okay, so job rotation helps the employee to gain the diverse skill and experience. Yes, is definitely reduce the monotony of exposing or employee to different task and role. Yes, is increase the specialization is not the benefit of job rotation. Okay. Moving toward the next question, assertion and reason. Assertion, effective compensation strategy can attract and retain top talent. Reason, compensation is the primary factor influencing an employee decision to stay with or leave on organization. Effective compensation strategy can attract and retain the top talent. And reason, compensation is the primary factor influence an employee decisions to stay with with or leave an organization. So here is right answer is both are true, because effective management strategy helps to attract and retain the skilled employee, and compensation is the important factor, but it's not only one influence the retention. Factors like career development, working environment, and organization culture play a very important and significant role to for the effective compensation strategy. So comprehensive approach to employee value proposition and enhance the retention. Next question, statement 1, statement 2. Statement 1, leadership development program focus on enhancing the skill and competence of current and future leader. Isn't it? Leadership development program focus on enhancing skill and competence of current and future leader. Statement 2, the program are typically short term and require minimal investment. So student, right answer is first statement is true, but the second is incorrect, because the programs, it's not only work on short term process. Okay, so here the leadership development program aim to build the leadership capability within the organization. This is true, but these programs are often for the long period of time, or it's take a long term, it's require a long term program. Okay, and requires significant investment in times and resources. Next question. Which of the following best describe the concept of employee empowerment? A, providing employee with the additional task without additional authority. B, involving employee in decision making and giving them autonomy over their work. C, increasing the number of employee in a team to share the workload. And D, focus on top down communication from management to employee. Best describe the employee empowerment. Employee empowerment, it's involve employee in decision making and giving them autonomy over their work. Next question, student. Which of the following are critical elements of effective succession planning? Effective succession planning. Option number A, identify high potential employee. Isn't it effective succession planning? Immediate staffing needs, leadership development program, external hiring for the key position. So when we talking about the critical element of the effective succession planning, so this is identifying high potential employee, this is important, and leadership development programs are the important factors, okay, for the succession planning. So effective succession planning is identify employees with a high potential for the future leadership role, and leadership development programs prepare these employees for the future responsibilities. Okay. Next, statement number 1 and 2. Statement number 1 is conflict resolution techniques are essential for maintaining a positive work environment. Statement 2, avoidance is the most effective conflict resolution technique in all situations. Conflict resolution techniques are essential for maintaining a positive work environment. Isn't it true? And avoidance is the most effective conflict resolution technique in all situations to avoid the conflict, is it a good resolution technique? So here is first statement is true, but second is false. That means avoidance is not a solution, okay, for all situation to avoid the conflict. But conflict resolution techniques are essential to maintain the positive work employment. This is true. Next question: which of the followings are considered basis for power according to the French and Raven's 5 base of power model? Coercive power, normative power, referent power, informational power. 5 base of power model. So when we talking about the 5 base of power model, it's include coercion power, it's include referential power, and it's include your informational power. Okay, so 5 powers are coercive, reward, legitimate, referts, and expert powers. These are the 5 powers of power model. Next question, student. Assertion and reason. Assertion: legitimate power is derived from an individual position within an organization. Legitimate power is derived from an individual's position within an organization. Isn't it true? Reason: the reward power stem from the ability to distribute reward that other view as valuable. So here is right answer is both are true, but both are the different from each other. Here is talking about the legislative power, here is the reward power. Okay, so yes, the legitimate power is derived from the individual position within an organization, and when we're talking about the reward power, is the stem from the ability to distribute reward that other view as valuable. The next question: which of the following leaderships are identified in the Black and Morton managerial grid? Option number A: improvised management, country club management, task management, and democratic management. So here is right answer is improvised management, your country club management, and your task management. Okay. Next, statement 1, statement 2. Statement 1: according to the Alford ERG theory, existent needs do not correspond to Maslow's psychological and safety needs. According to Alford ERG theory, existing needs do not correspond to Maslow's psychological and safety need. Statement ERG theory allows for the satisfaction of higher order need before lower order needed are met. So here is right answer is statement 1 is false, but second one is true, because ERG theory allow for the satisfaction of higher and order need before the lower order needs are met. Okay, so when we're talking about the Alford ERG theory, condense the Maslow 5 level into the existent relatedness and the growth. Okay, existent needs include the psychological and safety. Relatedness is needed to encompass the social relationship and esteem, and growth is related to the needs involved in self-actualization and self-esteem. Clear? Next question, assertion: according to the Fiedler contingency theory, the effectiveness of leader is contingent on their control over the situation. Isn't it true? Reason: the theory suggests that leaders are most effective when their leadership styles match the situation. So here is right answer is option number A. Both are correct and are correctly explain the assertion, because the Fiedler contingency theory posit that leader effectiveness depend on the match between the leadership style and the situational control. Okay, so these theories identify the task oriented and the relationship oriented leadership style. Okay, and leader cannot change any their style easily. Okay, next, which of the followings are true about the McLean theory of needs? So McLean theory of needs about true. Okay, so option number A, it's identify three primary needs: achievement, affiliation, power. Isn't it true? B, individuals with a high need for achievements prefer tasks with low risk. And C, the need for the power can be divided into personal and institutional power. And D, the need for affiliation involve a desire for friendly and close interpersonal relationship. So here is right answer is option number B, that is it's this McLean's theory of needs identify the three primary needs, which is achievement, affiliation and power. Yes, this theory is theory of needs. It's explain the individual with a high need for achievement preference task with a low risk, and also need for the power can be divided into personal and institutional power. Next, which of the followings are included in the Henry Midsburg's 10 managerial roles? Midsburg 10 managerial role. Option A, dismentor, B, resources allocator, then mentor and entrepreneurs. Sir, according to Midsburg, right answer is option number A, dismentor, B, resource allocator and your D, entrepreneurs. So Midsburg categorized the general roles into three groups. First, interpersonal group, second, informational group, and third one, decisional group. So this is your first interpersonal, information is your second one, and decision your third one. So this disseminator roles involve sharing information with their subordinate and other organization members. Resource allocators roles to involve the deciding whether to allocate the resources within the organization, and entrepreneurs roles to seeking the opportunities for improvement and initiate the project. Next question, which of the following are the characteristics of a matrix organization structure? Characteristics of matrix organization structure. Option A, dual reported relationships. B, clear single chain of command. C, integration of functional and project management. D, high degree of departmental autonomy. So student, here is right answer is option number A, dual reporting relationship and your integration of functional project management. These are two the characteristics of matrix organization structure. So basically matrix organization structure, this features dual reporting relationship where employee have a two supervisors, one for the functional management and other for the project management. Okay, The structure integration function and the project management allowing for the greater flexibility and better resource utilization. Moving toward the next question, assertion and reason. Assertion, a divisional organization structure group in employee based on product line, market and geographic region. Reason, this structure enhance decision making speed and responsiveness to local condition. So here is right answer is option number A. Yes, this first statement, that is assertion, is true. A divisional organization structure group employee is based on the product line and the markets and also on the geographical region. This is your divisional organization structure, and this structure enhance your decision making speed and also to responsiveness to the local condition. Okay, the next statement 1 and statement 2 is given to you. Delegation of authority involve transferring responsibilities authorities to subordinate to carry out specific activity. Is this the meaning of delegation of authority? Statement 2, effective delegation require vague communication, appropriate allocation of resources and trust in subordinate ability. So here is right answer is first, delegation of authority is true. Delegation of authority, it's involved transferring the responsibilities and authority to their subordinates to carry out this specific business effectively and efficiently. Okay, but second statement is a false one, because delegation of authority, effective delegation require a vague communication. Okay, to appropriate allocation of resources, trust in subordinate ability. No. Okay, so here is option number C is correct over here. Very nice. Moving toward the next question, arrange the following steps in correct sequence for the recruitment process. Correct sequence of recruitment process: job advertisement, job analysis, screening application, conducting interview. So you know that the conducting interview, this is the last step. So what do you think, which one will be the first step, second step and third step? So student, mark your answer. Here is right answer is, that is job analysis. This is your first step. Then the job advertisement. Okay, job analysis, analyze how many employees we needed in the organization, that is your job analysis. Then according to the need and requirement, they advertise their vacancy, and after that the applicants submit their application, and the screening the screening of application, this is your third step, and conducting interview, this one will be the last step. Okay, next, arrange the following steps in the correct sequence for the selection process. A, conducting background checks. B, initial screening of candidate. C, job offer, and D, assessment test. Correct sequence for selection process. Which one will be the correct steps for selection process? So here students, selection process is, first step is to initial screening of candidate. This is the first step of your selection process. Then you have to assessment test, take a test, then conduct the background checking, third one, and last one, that is job offer. Moving toward the next question, arrange the following steps in the correct sequence for the training process. Option number A, conducting training need assessment. B, sitting training objective. C, designing training program, D, implementing training program, E, evaluating training effectiveness. Correct sequence of training program. So the correct sequence of training program is first thing, that is conducting a training need assessment, then setting training objective, then set the objective, then design the training program, then implement the training program, and after that evaluate the training program, and last one to conduct the follow up and provide a feedback. So this is your last one. So this is right sequence is option number A. Next, which of the following statement correctly differentiate between the job description and job specification? So which one of the following statement is differentiate or distinguish? It's tell about the difference between the job description and job specification. Option number A, job description outline the qualification required for the job, and whereas a job specification gives the details about the duties and responsibility of job. Option number B, a job description focus on the task, duties, responsibilities of the job, while the job specification lists the skills, qualification, attributes related to the to perform the job. C, the job description used primarily for recruiting purpose and job specification used for the performance evaluation. Job description are legally required document while the job specification are optimal. So what do you think, what will be the right answer? So here is B and D is the right answer. Job description, that means it's describe the job about the duties, what are the duties, what are the tasks to perform, what are the responsibilities of the job holders. Okay, while the job specification tells about the which specification is needed for the particular job, like the skill they require, qualification about the candidates, and the attributes related to job performance. D, the job description are legally required document while the job specification are optimal. So this is true. Okay, moving toward the next, which of the following statement accurately describe on the job training, that is OTG method, accurately describe your on the job training include job rotation, apprenticeships and internship. Isn't the job methods require training to physical present at the workplace? OJT methods are less costly compared to the of the job training method, and OJT methods provide immediate productivity for the organization. So student, the statement which accurately describe on the job training, that is your A, B, C, D, that means all of the above. Yes, on the job training it's include the job rotation, apprenticeship and internship. It's also require the trainee to physical present at the workplace. On the job training is a less costly when we compare with the off the job training, and your on the job training provide immediate productivity, okay, to the organization. Next question, which of the following training methods are most effective for developing managerial skill? For developing managerial skill, which training method is most likely to be effective? Option number A, case study, B, role playing, C, vestibular training, D, simulation exercise. So student, right answer is A, B and your D, that is case study is important when we are when for the effective development managerial skill. Role playing is important and simulation exercise. Okay, so vestibular training, when we are talking about the vestibular training, is more suited for the technical and operational training rather than the marginal skill development. Clear? So vestibular training is for the is suited to the operating training. The next, which of the following performance appraisal method focus on assessing specific observable behavior rather than the overall performance? Specific observable behavior, that is behavior ankle bread scale, management by objective, critical incident method, 360-degree feedback. Observable behavior rather than overall performance. So overall performance we see on 360-degree performance appraisal. So definitely D option is not our answer. Okay, so right answer is option number A and C only, that is behavior ankle rate scale and critical incident method. These are the two methods which is specifically for the observer of behavior, focus on the specific behavior. Okay, moving toward the next question. Consider the following statement about the entrepreneurs and make the correct answer. Option A, one who create a new business in face of risk and certainty. B, inventing new product and services. C, improving the existing product or the services. And D, who anticipate the future trends to demand and price for the product. And E, identify the significant opportunities. So here is right answer is B, C, D and E. That is when we're talking about the entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs are involved in innovation of new product and services. They provide and they improve the existing product or services, and the entrepreneurs who are anticipate the future trends of product and price of the product and identify the significant opportunities. Okay, moving toward the next question. Statement 1 and statement 2. One of the quality of entrepreneurship is the ability to discover an investment opportunity and to organize an enterprises, thereby the contributing to real economic growth. One of the quality of entrepreneur is the ability to discover an investment opportunity and to organize an enterprises, thereby contributing to real economic growth. Is it the is this the quality of entrepreneur's ability? Statement 2. Adam Smith review entrepreneurs as a non-fixed income earner with known cost of production but uncertain income, therefore operating at a risk. Isn't it true? So here is first statement is true and second statement is incorrect, because Adam Smith is give a stress on entrepreneurs is a proprietary capitalist, a supplier of capital, at the same time work as a manager of intervening between the labor and capital. And this statement, that is non-fixed income of entrepreneurs, this statement is given by the Richard Cantillon. Okay, and Peter Drucker said the entrepreneurs always search for change, response to it and exploit it an opportunity. So this statement is said by the Peter Drucker. And Joseph Schumpeter said entrepreneurs is a theory of business. Next, factor affecting the entrepreneurs: economic factor, social factor, psychological factor, political factor. So family background, education, this is your what? Your social factor. So you match this. Okay, then your economic factor is what? The capital, labor, raw materials, these are your economic factor. Psychological factor, when you focus on the control and self efficiency. Political, that is your government policies. Okay, next question. Which of the following is the barrier of entrepreneurship? barrier to entrepreneurship: lack of transportation and communication facility, lack of motivation and individual spirits, unavailable of raw material, absence of ideal market condition, lack of technical know-how. So the barrier to entrepreneurship is, that is, all A, B, C, D and E. That means all of these are the barriers to the entrepreneurship. So here is lack of transportation, communication facility, lack of motivation, individual spirit, unavailability of the raw material, absence of ideal market condition. These are all are the barriers to the entrepreneurs. Next, dash is if generally undertake entrepreneur activity for their personal satisfaction or for the satisfaction of psychological needs. Option number A, pure entrepreneur, induced entrepreneur, motivated entrepreneur, corporate entrepreneur. Dash entrepreneur generally undertake entrepreneurial activities for their personal satisfaction or satisfaction for psychological needs. So this is your pure entrepreneurship. Clear? Next. Okay, this is pure entrepreneurs whose status are conscious and want to be recognized. Okay, they are personally satisfaction. They need personal satisfaction and psychological needs. Induced entrepreneurs are those who are induced by some external factor to start the business. Okay, then motivated entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs who are ambitious to stand out. Okay, they want to achieve something in their life. So these are. Then we have the next, the general undertake entrepreneurs activities for this will next statement number 1 and 2. Drawn entrepreneurs are cautious in adopting and implementing any change and change only at last moment. They do not like any kind of change. So their drawn entrepreneurs are cautious. Fabian entrepreneurs are those who are not ready to make the change in their existing product and methods even at cost of severely reduce the return. So here is both are incorrect because drawn entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who do not ready to make change. Okay, and Fabian entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs they are conscious in adopting and implementing any changes and change only at a last moment. Okay, so these are. People have so many misconceptions about the entrepreneurship. Select those misconception from the above given list. Option number A, entrepreneurs have to do the everything themselves. B, entrepreneurship found only in small business. C, entrepreneurship is a person with a dream, originality and daring. Create a new business in face of risk and uncertainty. Misconception about entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs do not have entrepreneurs have to do everything themselves. This is a misconcept. Okay, entrepreneurship found only in small business. This is also misconcept, and that is option number E. Entrepreneurship is a genetic. This is option number E. Okay, this is not a genetic. Clear? Entrepreneurship is not a genetic. To be a successful entrepreneurs, they want the entrepreneurs have no personal life. This is also a misconcept. Entrepreneurs have do anything by themselves. This is also misconcept about the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs have to make a huge risk. Entrepreneurs have a personal training and education. Entrepreneurship is a genetic. Entrepreneurship found only in the small business. So all of these are misconcept misconception about the entrepreneurs. Last one, that is Maclean's, Hedgen and Kunkel are the major contributors to which of the following view of entrepreneurship? First option, that is economist view of entrepreneurship, sociologist view of entrepreneurship, psychologist view of entrepreneurship and anthropologist view of entrepreneurship. So student, is this right answer is option number third one, psychologist view of entrepreneurship. This is the given by the McLean, Hagen and Kunkel. Okay. Next, as per the innovation theory of entrepreneurship given by the Joseph Schumpeter, in which of the following area innovation can be done by the entrepreneurs? Option number A, introduction of new product, introduction of new method of production, creating new demand, opening new market, carrying out new organization for any industry. So student, here is right answer is introduction. When we are talking about as per the innovation theory of entrepreneurship, which is given by the Joseph, he said the entrepreneurship is the introduction of new product, introduction of new method of production, is also introduced the creating a new demand, and the carrying out the new organization of any industry. Next question student, matching question. Okay, list 1, that is different personality of entrepreneurs, and the list number 2 is about the description. Ritualist, reformist, innovators. So an entrepreneur who is creative and try to achieve his goal set by himself. So these are we called as, these are whom? These are your innovators. Okay, entrepreneurs who continues to work in society but remain indifferent in his work or status. So this is what? Retreat list. Okay. Then one who work as a per the norms, as per the norm in the society hut with no hope of improvement in the working condition or in his status. So this is what? Your ritualist. And one who is rebellion and trying to bring in new way for working raw material, we see the anticipated following source of. So economic analysis also include economic feasible analysis, we have financial feasible analysis, we have market managerial, social, environment, process need, demographic, lifestyle changes. So right answer is option number A. So Peter Drucker gives the sources of innovation, that is your unexpected, incongruity, process needs and your demographic factors. Okay, so this is the factor which is given by the Peter Drucker, that is unexpected, incongruity, process need, industry and market structure changes, demographic changes and your change in perception, meaning and mood and your new knowledge. Next question, dash also known as a stealth innovation, involving applying new technology or process to your company's current market. Radical innovation, incremental innovation, descriptive innovation, architectural innovation. New technology or process to your company current market. So right answer is disruptive innovation. Okay, because disruptive innovation is the innovation we use a new technology in the existing market. This is your disruptive. Okay, your current market and your new technology. So this is your disruptive innovation. What is about the radical innovation? Radical innovation is where in the place where in the new market when you use a new technology, that is the radical. Okay, when in the new market you use a existing technology, this is the architectural innovation, and in the existing market when you use the existing technology, this is the incremental innovation. Clear? Which of the following are the statutory institution under the Ministry of MSME? Khadi and Village Industry Commission, National Small Industrial Corporation, Mahatma Gandhi Institution for Rural Industrialization, D. Small Scale Industry Board, E. Small Scale Development Organization. Ministry of MSME. So here is right answer is Khadi and Village Industry Commission, National Small Industry Corporation, and your Mahatma Gandhi Institution for Rural Industrialization. These are the comes under the Ministry of MSME. These are Khadi Village Industry Coir Board, then National Small Industry Corporation Limited, National Institution for Macro, Small and Medium Enterprises MS, and your Mahatma Gandhi Institution for Rural and Industrialization. Okay. Then next question, Government of India launched a program of setting up industrial estate in. When he launched this program? In 1955. Okay. Government of India launched the program for setting up industrial estate in 1955. It was first adopted by the Small Scale Industry Board. Okay, board. And objective of this to encourage the development of small scale and medium size of industry units, remove the cognition of industrial in a big city, to secure the decentralization of industry, and also to encourage the growth of ancillary units in township surrounding major industrial undertakings. Clear? Next question, the Director General of Training DGT in Ministry of MSME is the apex organization for development and coordination at national level for program related to the vocational training, including women's vocational training. Statement number 2, the National Association of Software and Service Company, okay, is an Indian non-governmental trade advocacy group focused mainly on information technology and business program outsourcing industry. So student, here is right answer is your option number first is correct. Incorrect. Director General of Training DGT Ministry of MSc is apex organization for development and coordination at national level for program related to the vocational training, including women. Wrong. Vocational training including women. Wrong statement. Second one is the correct one. Okay, student. So here we have completed 250 questions. Okay. So best of luck for your today's examination. Okay, do your best. Okay, and Vayang Vista and Pihu, then